Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and as I've mentioned in the title today, we are going to be playing the GRAPE DOFFY. In all honesty, one of my favorite decks to play right now, and I did actually play in a tournament on my Discord, so if you want to play in tournaments on the Discord, feel free to join. The link is down below. We ran the last one. I actually went 2-1 with this deck, and it was just pretty good. But just to give you a quick deck profile, or DK's Dumb Tactics. The GRAPE DOFFY deck is basically a faux film deck. It's not really a Doflamingo Pirates deck just yet until OP-05 releases and brings out the proper Doflamingo Pirates cards. But this deck runs mostly film cards other than basically these four big boys here. Basically 4 sugars and 4 big boy Doffys. Now this Doffy is generally one of the most toxic cards in the history of the game. It basically freezes your opponent and they cannot attack until their next turn once you summon them. You can freeze up to 3 opponents though, so it's really sick. Now Sugar is also a really sick card. When you summon them, she's basically can rest an opponent's character that's cost of 4 or less, so you can rest a blocker, kill that blocker, and then when it's the opponent's turn, let's say they summon a Luffy like this in the opposite side, right? You could basically rest Sugar on the opponent's turn and then rest the opponent's Luffy. It's ridiculous. It's a sick card, but it's also pretty easy to kill. I run basically 4 events for Thunder Bagua to counter because Doffy's leader ability does allow you to, at the end of your turn, set 2 active Dawn. So you can use up all your Dawn and you'll have 2 active Dawn. So you can use Thunder Bagua up to 4,000 counter, sick card. You can use Spiderweb, another up to 4,000 counter, which is another sick counter. And you can also set one of your characters as active. So if you ever attacked with one of your blockers, like a 7k attacker Luffy, and then they attack your Luffy to try to get rid of it, you can use Spiderweb and set this card back active for the opponent's turn. And 4,000 power. Really sick. I also run 2 Punk Gibsons. I only run 2 for the time being because I don't have 2 more. But it's a solid ability as well. You can rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost 4 or less, so you can rest up to one of your character's blockers as well. So really solid card. Most of the other cards are film cards. I basically have 4 choppers, which are basically 2k counters, 4 Shikis, which are once again just basically 2k counters. And the only searcher you have in this deck is really going to be Buena Festa because it's a film deck, technically. But the problem with Buena Festa, and this is something that I've run into a little bit, is as a searcher, because you can only get film cards, I've run into several situations where I use Buena Festa and there's like 2 Doffys right there and I can't get the Doffy because he can only get film cards. So it's a hit or miss with this deck because of that kind of, problem there. So if I get it in my first hand, if I get a Doffy, I kind of try to keep it. But if I don't get a Doffy, I try to mulligan, see if I can get one, just so I can have it there in my hand. But Buena Festa, 2k counter plus searcher, not horrible. And the biggest wombo combo you can have in this deck really is the Brook. When you summon Brook, you can basically play another film card, 3 or less, which is a Nami. So you can basically summon these 2 at the same time with only 4 Dawn. And that's basically 2 5k attackers. So really strong. Now Nami is very key in this deck because basically if you attack with her, you can rest a Dawn and search 3 cards from the top of your deck. And if it's a film card other than Nami, you can put it into your deck. So it's an attacker plus searcher every turn when you rest a Dawn. Once again, the other problem is if you search 3 cards, you can only pick film cards, and if you get a Doffy or a Sugar, you gotta put them at the bottom of your deck, which just feels so good.
Emotional damage.
And then of course the biggest wombo combo in this deck is going to be the Luffy Uta combo. But Luffy can basically summon Uta, Nami, or Brook with him together. Basically the same ability as Brook, but you can summon a cost of 4 or less card from your hand. So that's basically Uta, so you have double blockers when you get him on the field. Now the thing with this Doffy deck is that there's also this attacker Guild Tessero, which I use him sometimes, but he's kind of like, he's a strong attacker, and then he also allows you to get more cards in hand and -2 Dawn if you attack. You draw 2 cards, and it's pretty helpful. But basically what I do with Doffy is I try to summon Doffy as my leader and try to get blockers like Luffy, like Uta on the field at the same time, and basically kind of just overwhelm the opponent with blocks and counters. The Doffy deck works pretty well, and hopefully this little quick review helped a little bit, and let's see how I do in the game.
Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a minute. Today I am going to run this absolutely spanking badanking Doffy mixed color, the Grapple, the Greenple.
What?
Now, this Doffy deck is absolutely insane. I've tested it quite a lot. I think I made just the right amount of deck changes to it, and it's quite strong. And I think the person who's going to suffer from it the most today is going to be my good friend, Prodigious. Would you like to introduce yourself, my guy?
Hello, everyone. My name is Prodigious TCC. I am going to try and play Kuro against this Doflamingo deck. Not going to lie, I Googled and tried to find a video on how to beat this deck.
Cheater.
Because I know you can stand 2 with its ability at the end of your turn. So there's your scalpels and all that kind of stuff. And oh, that's awesome. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing here. Do you want to go high or low?
I always want to go as high as sky. Let's go. Wow, look at that. I think you cheated. You have a weighted dice, don't you?
Cheater.
I do have weighted dice. That's
the only explanation.
The worst hand I've ever seen in my entire life.
I love it.
It's so brutal.
Music to my ears. Music to... Did you already mulligan?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, music to my ears. Music to my ears. Let's go.
I will don 1 and pass the turn to you.
Draw 1. Oh, yes. Shanks. Luffy. Don 2. And with those 2 Don, I'll pass the turn to you.
Ooh. I mean, that is a better... I mean, at least that's something.
Let's see what you got.
Will rest 2 and play Pearl blocker. I'll swing... is Doffy 5,000 power or 6,000 power?
He's 7,000 power.
7... What? Who?
Yeah.
Stop the cap.
I'll swing 6,000 at your leader. Yeah.
Beautiful. 22k counter.
Oh.
I'd be super sad if you just did a 5k raw swing. I needed to be a little meatier. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Draw
1. Dawn 2. Yes. Yes. 4 Dawn active, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to rest all 4. Summon Brook from Film deck. He is on play. Play up to 1 Film Straw Hat Crew type character with the cost of 3 or less from your hand. And guess what I'm playing? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Nami. Double banger, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to swing 5k at your life right now.
I'll get rid of a Bucci.
And then I end my turn and I have 2 active Dawn. Oh, what'd you do? Ooh, ooh.
For a Klondike bar. Rest 4 for a Jin, and I will rest up to 2 of my opponent's characters at the cost of 4 or less. So I'll rest both of your Brook and your Nami.
Wow.
Attach to Kuro, bringing it up to 6,000. I will swing at your Nami.
I'll counter that.
Gosh darn Chopper with your 2,000.
Draw 1. I have 6 Dawn now. I'm going to attach 1 Dawn to Nami, giving her 6,000 power. I'm going to swing, activate her ability, rest the Dawn. Okay, so she has 6,000. So her ability, you only have to rest a Dawn. I don't have to actually attach a Dawn, but I need some more firepower.
Oomph, some oomph.
I need some oomph. So resting a Dawn, I get to look at the top 3 cards in my deck. Film. God, this is so good. So I'll take Shiki, because that's all I could take. And
right.
That's now it's a 2k counter.
I mean,
that's,
a 2k counter is a 2k counter.
I'll swing 6k at your life.
I will take that.
Perfect.
I will play this trigger, which is Karubo. On play, if your leader is East Blue, rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters. I will rest Brook.
I'm sorry, I think you broke up there, so I'm just gonna go ahead and attach 2 more Dawn to Brook.
I love this for me. That was a good trigger.
I love this for me. I'm gonna swing 7k at your life.
I will also take that. I will Dawn 2. Whoa. That's not a Dawn.
Cheater!
That's a monkey D-Leaf.
Or cheater.
Someone was trying to cheat.
I will rest 4 to play a Chew. On play, KO up to one of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 4 or less. Let's get rid of that Nami.
Who hurt you?
You hurt me.
You hurt me.
Rest 2 Dawn.
God, your board is looking freaking scary. I don't like this.
To play a Nami, which
The searcher, right?
on play. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna take a Django.
I hate you.
Attach 1 to Kuro, swing at Brooke.
Counter.
Cool. And then I will swing with Jin at Brooke
Counter.
as well. I love to see you get rid of those 2,000 counters on such measly
That's all.
attacks.
That's all they're used. That's all they're used for.
Yeah.
There's no other use for them in this deck. Draw 1. Yeah, I'm not. Dawn 2. Rest 2 Dawn. To summon Sugar, and I'm gonna rest your blocker. Perfect. 3 Dawn to Doffy. Swing at life.
I'll take that.
Okay, and I'm gonna swing 8,000 at your Gin.
Yeah, I will let that go through.
All right, and I end my turn.
I will grab 2 Dawn. 2, 3, 4. I will rest 4. And
Okay.
I will play another Chew, getting rid of Brooke.
Okay.
Brooke.
And since you played a character, I have to rest. I have to use her ability.
Yeah.
When your opponent plays a character, if your leader has Donquixote, rest up to one character, then rest this character. So it's kind of Sugar's good, but once you summon a character, she has to activate her ability.
She has to pop off. Yeah.
Yeah, she has to pop off. So I have to pop off on one of your characters here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and rest your blocker.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to rest 2.
Okay. Oh, no
To-
Jingle. Okay.
Get rid of Nami and put out a second blocker.
Ew.
I will use Kurobu 3000 to attack Sugar.
Okay.
And then attach 3 Dawn to Kuro and swing at life.
I'll take that.
I'll end my turn.
All right, perfect. I will draw 1. Oh God, now this changes things. What to do? All right, Dawn 2. I have 10 Dawn on the field. You're gonna love this. I'm gonna rest all 10 of these Dawn.
Oh, no.
10 cost Doffy.
Oh, this is the one that locks my
Freezes
cards,
your
right?
characters. Yeah.
Yes.
So your 3 cost Kurobu, your leader, and your blocker are frozen until the next turn. I will just have to swing 5k at life.
I will get rid of an Elvida.
Okay, perfect. And then I end my turn.
Draw a card. Last Dawn. I will get... I will rest 2. I will get rid of one of my Chew to play a Nami. Just see just see what I got going on.
Do you have any big hitters on your team? Don Krieg,
Don
right?
Krieg, yeah, I've got 4 of him somewhere in here. I'll grab a Jin.
Oh God, I don't like that at all.
Not what I was looking for, but I mean, it is what it is. I'll attach 6 to Chew, bring him up to 9,000, and I'll swing at life.
Wonderful. Take that.
Yes, I will end the turn with 2 active Dawn.
Draw 1. Ah, God, I don't know. Is this overkill? Am I gonna kill myself if I do it this way?
Rest 10, play another Don Quixote, freeze those 3 characters again. What? What? No! I was joking.
2 hours later.
Yeah, Kurobu, Chew, and Kuro. So now you have Nami, the blocker, on the field. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swing 5,000 at your life.
I will get rid of a Bucci.
Bucci, okay.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna swing 10,000 at life.
I will use my 1 stood pearl to block that.
Oh, you're 1 stood pearl. Very nice. And I end my turn and goes 2 active Dawn. That's your turn.
Awesome. I am so happy about this.
Did you know I lost to someone on the sim because they summoned 3 Donquixotes in a row?
I hate that for you. I mean, you know what? Actually, it sounds hilarious. Rest 4 to play a... Yeah, so then I'll play a Jin instead. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many cards in hand?
5.
I will bring Nami up to 6,000 and I'll swing at your life.
Counter 2,000?
Yep.
This 10 cost Doffy is a nightmare.
Yeah, that I would love a Dawn Krieg. That would have been phenomenal. All right, I will pass the turn on you with 2 active Dawn.
Oh, you're just saying that. Stop trying. Stop trying.
Stop crying. I haven't even started yet, bud.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rest 2 Dawn.
10 and
Summon Sugar. Summon Sugar, and I'm gonna rest your blocker. That's active.
All right, my Pearl.
Swing 10k at life.
I will take that one.
Yes, I'll swing another 10k at life. Unless it's a trigger.
Oh? If I do survive, I will get rid of my Nami and I will activate Chu's ability to
Just play the card.
Yeah, I'll use this trigger to play the card. You don't have any... Oh, no. If only Sugar was rested. That would have been awesome.
Okay.
Right.
And then I'll swing 10k at life again.
Alright. Take that.
Alright, and then I'm gonna swing 1, 2. Trigger? Trigger?
No. Just really something you don't want to see.
I'm gonna swing 13,000 at life with Doffy.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, yeah, I'll rest 2 to play a Repel and then get rid of a Butchie, but that only brings me up to 10k.
GG's, my friend.
And that was semi-close, but I had my first hand was like, oh, I've got a Butchie, I've got a Django, I've got a couple of the cards. Oh, that's not bad, okay. I'm gonna shuffle, shuffle. I want something a little bit better. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I had a Django, 3 Butchies, and a Pearl, or like, and a Nami or some crap. And I was like, 3 Butchies?
But since you just played against the deck, how do you feel about the deck, my dude?
It wasn't as threatening as I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Until those 10 drops came out. And I was like, okay, cool. I've got Django's in my hand. I have his ability. I can swing, rest something, bring him back up, swing, maybe even throw down a Django. Boom.
Easy peasy. Yeah.
Easy peasy. I can hit a couple times with him, all that kind of stuff. It's great until it was like, okay, here's my 10 drop. Rested, you can't do anything with him. Okay, I guess I'll wait till my next. I guess I'll wait. Boom, another one. I was like, okay, this is game over. Like those 10 drops are brutal.
Yeah, they're very brutal. They're very, very brutal. And
I also,
lucky for you, I had my next card was another 10 drop of the draw.
I would have just disconnected. Do you run a lot of counters in your?
I do. I didn't draw any, so I run Thunder Bagua, Punk Gibson, and Spiderweb. So I run 12 counters in here. I didn't draw a single one until the end.
Because I was just like, oh man, like I'm like those 2 Dawn that you rest are like that are still active. I was like, you haven't used them at all. And I was like, do you not just run any?
Yeah, I run 12, but I couldn't find them, so it kind of sucked. So
no, but that was a fun one until it wasn't.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy the video, remember to like the video, comment down below. What are your thoughts on the Doffy deck if you've run it before? In my opinion, I think it's pretty meta and it's a really strong deck. And of course, please do subscribe to Prodigious's channel. He also runs One Piece games with me. Normally, you know, the results are what they are, and I lose occasionally on his. I feel like when we film videos for him, he like uses some like magic spell and my cards just start sucking. I don't know why. Anyways. Also, join the Discord. We do play a lot of games there if you want to learn how to play like we do, which is bad. Join, and then we'll teach you how to be bad. Regardless, thank y'all so much. Have a great rest of y'all day, and I'll see y'all next time.
It's what you do. You give me yellow highs and orange skies. Red, I'm seeing red. I'm riding by the waves from yesterday.